Hey guys, what is up? I got a question from Craig today off our Facebook page. I'm just going to read this to you because it's a bit of a longer one. I tried to get my credit report from TransUnion Equifax, and both places say I don't have sufficient identity, so I sent in my photocopy of my passport, health card, and birth certificate, and that wasn't good enough. I tried to get a loan from Tribeca and a few other places, and even they say I have bad credit. So I get a call from this collection agency, he says, and the bill collector says I owe $3,095, and if I paid today, all I would have to pay is $1,900. First of all, don't do that until you understand how to settle debt by yourself. But I don't have that kind of money. Trying to get a loan, even with bad credit, I wasn't approved. One finance company said I had too many items in collections. All I want to do is find out who I owe so I can get ahead and boost my credit score, so I'm wondering if you can help. No, we can't help, because if you have less than $10,000 in debt, you wouldn't qualify for a program. But this is something that you could do yourself if you have less than 10 grand. I wrote a book. It's on Amazon. Just go to amazon.ca.com, whatever. It's called The DIY Debt Settlement Guide Your Creditors Don't Want You to Know About. You can search for it under just debt settlement, or my name. Just search for Richard Cooper and you'll find it. It's less than 10 bucks. It has everything you need to know on how to settle your own debt. Moving on, as far as your credit report goes, and you're saying that what you gave them wasn't good enough, my guess is if you gave them a photocopy of your passport, health card, and birth certificate, it was probably too blurry or fuzzy and they weren't able to identify you. In Canada, for example, you have to get this information over to them to get your credit report. If it's not legible, they can't see it, they're not going to give it to you. They have to give it to you for free. You get one copy per year free. So you can pay for a Score Power version, which tells you what your credit score is, but you don't really need to know that if you're just trying to figure out who you owe. So make sure you get the information. What I'll do is I'll look for the link and I'll put it in the notes below here, so you can just click it and get your free credit report that way. I'll look for it and make sure it's in there. The second part to this is, you're trying to get a loan, Tribeca, and you want to find out who you owe and get ahead to boost your score. So there's really just 3 steps when it comes to dealing with this, figuring out who you owe and boosting your credit score. First step is pay off your debt. Get rid of the debt first. Forget about getting loans and consolidating and all that nonsense. You're not going to qualify. It sounds like everybody's turned you down. So you can take a settlement approach, which is what we do. You can get the DIY guide and just follow the instructions there and do it yourself. If it's less than 10 grand, if it's over 10, you can talk to us and we'll see if we can help you out. Once you've paid off the debt, now you look towards building your credit score. And the first thing that you got to do is you got to get yourself a secured credit card. I'll put that in the notes as well. We have a partnership with Home Trust. It's a Home Trust secured card. You'll just click the link, fill out the application, you give them the security deposit, you get the card. These things are fantastic for people that have been prior bankrupts. They have lousy credit, or they've just settled their debt. They're new to Canada and they don't have a credit rating, things like that. It's 100% approval. If you want a limit of $1,000, you give them $1,000, you fill out the application, you get the card. The last and final step in building your credit score is using credit responsibly now. There's only 2 things you have to do. Forget about everything else that everybody's ever told you about having a great credit score. It's all bullshit. The 2 things that you need to do are this, very simple. 1, when you charge the card, you're going to use it monthly obviously to show that you have a habit of using the card and being responsible with it. 1, whatever you charge, you pay it off in full every single month. Never carry a balance. Number 2, never charge more than 50% of your limit. When you get close to your limit or at your limit, you're demonstrating to your creditors that you are a higher risk, that you may default, that you'll be unable to pay. So if your limit's $1,000, only charge around $500, pay it off in full every single month before the credit item starts to go delinquent. It's usually after 30 days. That's it. Simple as that. So I'll make sure everything is in the notes there for you. I'll even put the link to the DIY guide on Amazon. If you have any other questions, go to Facebook, ask them. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll be answering a ton more of these questions as they come up. And that's it. I hope that helps. Have an awesome day.